I stand before the ruins of Nineveh, once the beating heart of the Assyrian Empire. As we journey through time, back to the land between two rivers.
The Assyrian Empire, a colossus that bestrode the ancient world, awaits our exploration.
Leaving an indelible mark on the world we inhabit today.
The story of Assyria begins in the Fertile Crescent, where the Tigris and Euphrates rivers nurture the soil and the seeds of civilization. Here, in northern Mesopotamia, the Assyrians carved out their homeland. But they were not content to...
No. The Assyrians harbored ambitions that would shake the foundations of the ancient world.
From humble beginnings as a city-state centered around Assur, named for their patron deity, the Assyrians gradually expanded their influence. They learned the arts of agriculture, metalworking, and warfare from their Sumerian and Akkadian neighbors. But it was their unique blend of ruthless efficiency and cultural sophistication that would set them apart in the annals of history.
By the 9th century BCE, the stage was set for Assyria's dramatic rise to power.
The NEO-ASSYRIAN Empire burst onto the world stage with the ascension of Adad-nirari II in 911 BCE. This marked the beginning of a new era, one that would see Assyria transform from a regional power into a true empire. Adad-nirari II's campaigns laid the groundwork, reclaiming territories lost in previous centuries and establishing Assyria as a force to be reckoned with.
But it was under Ashurbanipal II that Assyria truly began to flex its muscles.
His reign saw the construction of a new capital at Nimrud, known then as Kalhu.
The city became a symbol of Assyrian power and wealth, its palace walls adorned with intricate reliefs. Ashurbanipal's brutal campaigns expanded the empire's borders in all directions, from the Mediterranean coast to the Persian Gulf,
setting the stage for Assyria's domination of the Near East. The Assyrians were not merely conquerors, they were innovators in the art of war. Their military machine was a finely tuned instrument of destruction. The Assyrian war chariot, a swift and deadly platform, became the tank of its day.
But it was their infantry, disciplined and well-equipped, that formed the backbone of their armies.
Clad in iron armor and wielding sophisticated weapons, Assyrian soldiers were the elite fighters of their time.
Perhaps their most significant innovation was in siege warfare. The Assyrians developed sophisticated techniques and machinery to breach the strongest walls.
Their battering rams and siege towers struck fear into the hearts of their enemies.
And behind it all was the Assyrian cavalry, mobile and lethal, ready to exploit any weakness in their foes' defenses.
The psychological warfare of the Assyrians, with their reputation for brutality, often led to the surrender of cities before a single arrow was fired.
The Assyrian Empire was not built on military might alone. A sophisticated system of administration held this vast realm together. The empire was divided into provinces, each governed by a carefully chosen official, answerable directly to the king. This network of loyal administrators ensured that the will of Assur was carried out, from the Zagros Mountains to the Mediterranean Sea. The famous Royal Road, a system of well-maintained highways, facilitated rapid communication and troop movement across the empire. In the cities of Assyria, life pulsed with energy. Marketplaces bustled with trade from across the known world.
From Egyptian luxuries to Persian horses.
Scribes recorded transactions and royal decrees in cuneiform on clay tablets, maintaining the complex bureaucracy that kept the empire running. The palace complexes and temples rose above the urban sprawl, a constant reminder of the power of the king and the gods.
Yet for all its grandeur, Assyrian society was built on a foundation of strict hierarchy, and often brutal.
At the heart of Assyrian culture lay a deep reverence for their gods. Assur, the supreme deity.
The king, as Assur's earthly representative, wielded both temporal and spiritual power.
This divine mandate was the bedrock upon which Assyrian imperial ideology was built.
Each military campaign was seen as a holy war, sanctioned by the gods and led by the king as their chosen instrument. The great temples of Assyria were more than places of worship. They were statements of power and prestige. Towering ziggurats reached towards the heavens, while vast temple complexes housed armies of priests and attendants.
The rituals and ceremonies performed within these sacred spaces were believed to maintain the cosmic order and ensure the continued favor of the gods.
The famous New Year's festival, celebrating the god Marduk's victory over chaos, was a grand spectacle.
The reign of Tiglath-Pileser III, 745 to 727 BCE, marked the beginning of Assyria's golden age.
This cunning ruler reformed the military and administration, creating a more centralized and efficient empire.
His conquests brought new territories under Assyrian control, including the Kingdom of Israel in 732 BCE.
The deportation of conquered peoples became a hallmark of Assyrian policy, forever changing the demographic landscape of the Near East.
These policies, while brutal, ensured the stability of the empire for generations.
Sargon II, 722-705 BCE, continued this legacy of expansion and consolidation. His greatest achievement was the founding of a new capital, Dur-Sharrukin, Sargon's fortress.
This city, built from scratch in just 5 years, was a testament to Assyrian engineering and ambition. Its massive walls, grand palaces, and towering ziggurats showcased the height of Assyrian architectural prowess. Though Sargon would not live to see its completion, Dur-Sharrukin stands as a monument to the heights of Assyria.
Sennacherib, 705-681 BCE, son of Sargon II, brought the Assyrian Empire to its zenith.
His reign is perhaps best remembered for the siege of Jerusalem in 701 BCE, an event recorded not.
This campaign, while not entirely successful, demonstrated the reach and power of Assyrian arms.
Yet it was his transformation of Nineveh into a city of unparalleled splendor that truly defined his legacy. Nineveh became a wonder of the ancient world, its walls stretching for miles, enclosing a city of broad.
Ashurbanipal, 669 to 631 BC of CE.
His greatest legacy was the library at Nineveh, a vast collection of over 30,000 clay tablets.
This library, with its texts on history, science, magic, and literature, represents the pinnacle of Assyrian cultural achievement, and has provided us with much of what we know about Mesopotamian civilization.
But even as Ashurbanipal's library preserved knowledge for posterity, the Assyrian Empire was beginning to crumble. Overextension, internal strife, and the rise of new powers like the Babylonians and Medes spelled doom for Assyria.
The empire's reliance on deportation and forced resettlement had created a powder keg of resentment among its subject peoples.
In 612 BCE, Nineveh fell to a coalition of Babylonians, Medes, and Scythians.
The great city was put to the torch, its walls toppled, its treasures looted.
The Assyrian Empire, which had dominated the Near East for centuries, vanished in a conflagration of violence and destruction.
As the dust settled on the ruins of Nineveh, the legacy of Assyria lived on.
Their innovations in warfare, administration, and culture would influence empires to come, from the Persians to the Romans.
The Assyrians, for all their brutality, left an indelible mark on human history.
As we stand amidst the echoes of their glory, we're reminded of the rise and fall of empires. The story of Assyria, etched in stone and clay, continues to fascinate and inform us, millennia after its fall.